Alright, well hello there, welcome back. I don't know exactly when the video started, but hello there, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet video. Last time we got back into things, capturing some more of Snackworth legendaries, and today we're jumping right, I can't paralyze this Pokemon. We're jumping right back into things. Hopefully Zekrom doesn't know Outrage, because it could confuse itself and kill itself. I didn't bring a fairy Pokemon, so hopefully this doesn't end quickly here. And I also should have brought a sleeper, which I didn't, and so I forgot that it's electric type, and so I couldn't paralyze it. We might have some issues here, but regardless, we're capturing some legendaries. Last time we were able to catch a few legendaries. Maybe one of them killed itself, but today we're going to continue capturing some legendaries. Trying to get through all the legendaries that I can. Indeed. I'm probably going to switch out the Glade. Once I know it doesn't have Outrage, I'll probably go back and start full swiping it again. But for now, let's go ahead and switch into another Pokemon so that we can tank its fusion bolts. So again, we're just capturing some legendaries this video. I guess I could talk about like what I've been doing in Pokemon Scarlet. I haven't really been playing a lot of Pokemon Scarlet. I think it gets to the point where like you've kind of done it all and there isn't much left to do. You know, there are always raids and event raids to be done. And I try to do those when I can. Unfortunately, I'm pretty lazy when it comes to some of the event raids. And so I've missed a whole bunch of event raids, unfortunately. So I've been trying to get better at doing them when I can. But the event raids could be very difficult. Like, you need certain Pokemons and certain strategies. And then if that's the case, you need to like EV train and, you know, XP train certain Pokemon just to do raids. And that could be a little bit of a hassle if you don't already have a bunch of Pokemon ready for raids. And so that's actually what I've been doing in the background, is been getting a bunch of just been EV training a bunch of Pokemon. There are breakouts, you know, there are some, or outbreaks I should say, outbreaks of certain Pokemon. Alright, so I know Thunder, Fusion Bolt, Thunderbolt, and I think Hyper Voice. And so when my King Gambit dies, I can go ahead and switch into a Glade to finish full swiping up this Zekrom. And yeah. So yeah, I've been like, so there's those outbreaks that happen, and my favorite outbreaks are like the Chansey outbreaks, because the Chansey outbreak is an opportunity for you to get a lot of XP. You just need to knock out a Chansey and you get a bunch of XP. So it's a good way of XP training your Pokemon. Flygon is also very good. Flygon in, I should be more specific, in the Blueberry Academy. Because Flygon, drop Trapinch, you know, Trapinch, the drops, you know, every Pokemon, when you knock them out, you get some drops. And that is the case with Trapinch, of course, or Flygon. They drop Trapinch drops, and those drops you can use in the Blueberry Academy. You can put it in the blender, and then you can get some items. And so that's a great way of farming, you know, items. You can also do that with Chansey as well. Chansey also drops on those items, which makes Chansey and Flygon very good. But also Chansey drops like good HP EVs, and Flygon I think drops like speed or attack IVs or EVs. And so if you give a Pokemon like a Power Band, or you know, one of those items that boost the EVs it gets, you can go ahead and put that item on it, and then it can or the Pokemon in your party can get a lot of EVs, and so that's very good. I probably should have bought a ground Pokemon. A ground ghost Pokemon against Zekrom, Golurk, would have been amazing, because Zekrom literally cannot touch the Golurk. So unlucky there. But yes. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so I've just been like EV training a bunch of random Pokemon, especially these legendaries. Like a lot of these legendaries I've been EV training and experience training. You know, if there's breakouts in Kisukami, right? Gardevoir breakouts, Superior breakouts, annihilate breakouts. Those Pokemon are really good for breakouts because, again, those Pokemon give a good amount of XP, give a good amount of EVs, and it's a good way of just EV training a bunch of stuff. My kind of ultimate goal in this game, if I was really into it, was to try to EV train a bunch of Pokemon just to have them ready for all sorts of different raids. So literally every Pokemon that I could get EV trained and experience trained, I could. Again, that's a pretty ambitious product. Because at that point I'd probably have to train like 400 different Pokemon, which would be a lot of work. And so I haven't really done it. I have, you know, EV trained and HP trained a decent amount of Pokemon. There are also Blissey raids that you can do, and during those Blissey raids, they can give you a good amount of XP candies. I'm not exactly sure which is more efficient, whether that be doing Blissey raids and getting XP, or literally just knocking out certain wild Pokemon. So if you knock out, you know, a stage 2 level 70 wild Pokemon, it could give a good amount of XP. And of course, those Chansey breakouts can also give, or those Chansey outbreaks can also give a good amount of XP as well. And so I'm not exactly sure the best way of XP training in this game, whether that be through the Blissey raids or just through knocking out random Pokemon, because those sandwiches also give XP. Those sandwiches also give XP bonuses. Not a good amount, and only for 30 minutes, so honestly it doesn't last that long. But it's just like good enough, right? Those XP sandwiches. But of course, I don't think there's XP sandwiches for all of the types for level 2. And honestly, I don't even know XP candy level 3. I'm sure you can make sandwiches with herbs, with Mythica herbs that give level 3 and XP. Maybe I should look into that, because that might be a good way of XP training as well. Especially if there is a Blissey, what you call it, a Blissey outbreak. The next Pokemon we're going to be fighting is Rayquaza. I think I would do myself a favor if I bring a Fairy Pokemon. What good Fairy Pokemons do I have for Rayquaza here? I'm not exactly sure. I have EV trained a few good Fairy Pokemons. Where's my Cream? Where is the Cream? The Cream is here. Look at this Cream, guys. Pretty good Cream. Special defense mainly. What else do I have? I also have a Cafable. It's that distribution. I feel like it has like less special defense. It honestly has the same defense. And it has more HP, but let's see, moves. I have Recover, Entertainment, Decorate, Entertain. Yeah, we'll go with the Alcremie here. We'll just stick with the Alcremie. Probably should have bought an Alcremie earlier, but it's okay. That Zekrom didn't even know Outrage, which is good, because if it knew Outrage, it would have ruined my day by killing itself. Rayquaza should be around here if I looked online correctly. Yeah, so what I've been doing, usually I try to find the Pokemon by myself in the wild, but I don't really care anymore. I just want to capture the legendary, so we're going to go ahead and just look up guides online to the legendary's location. Rayquaza is around here, I believe, so we're just going to try to climb up the mountain here and see if we can find it. Magnezone. Oh, we are very high. There we go. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I think the Necrozma was also like in a weird location like this, and so while I looked online where Rayquaza would be, I didn't exactly find it in the wild. So we found it in the wild here. Yep, very weird location, but I mean, here we go. Of course, before we even get started, we want to take a little bit of a picture with our Rayquaza friend. Let's do his facial expression as well. Let's do a evil face looking at the camera. And then we got our Rayquaza here. And let's do this. I can paralyze this Rayquaza, so this should be okay. If it knows Outrage, hopefully I can switch to Alcremie, prevent it from outraging, which should prevent it from getting confused and killing itself. But hopefully it needs to not use outrage early, because if it uses outrage early, then it becomes a little bit awkward, because I have to wait for it to not be confused anymore, and then go ahead and switch to Alcremie when it is not confused. But we're gonna just tackle this Rayquaza. Yeah, they had a event Rayquaza a little bit earlier. Black Rayquaza from All It Knows Rest. This is going to be very difficult because it can constantly heal itself, and it will constantly remove my paralysis, which is very annoying. So I guess we'll just have to kind of go with it. I wish my false swipe did a little bit more damage, but that's okay. Yeah, I think now is a good time of just capturing it. It's going to rest again eventually, and so I might as well just take the balls while it's still sleeping. Oh, critical capture. Oh, okay. You want to make this video short, Rayquaza? Okay. Yeah, if I can capture all 3 legendaries before 30 minutes, then we might be able to fit in another Pokemon. Alright. Terrakion is going to be around here. I don't even need to heal my Pokemon. I need to, again, remove the Rayquaza from my party, but I don't even think I need to heal my Pokemon here. I think we're pretty good. Yeah, it's nice to get fast captures, especially Rayquaza. The thing about Sleep is that Sleep is technically better than Paralysis when it comes to capturing Pokemon, because Sleep increases the capture rate a little bit more. The problem with Sleep is that the Pokemon, it gets removed, and so you have to constantly make the Pokemon sleeping. And so I just like the Paralysis better, because Paralysis just makes, I don't need to constantly use Paralysis. So it's a little bit more easier for me to kind of like record and stuff, because I can just Paralysis and then call it a day, you know. Terrakion should be around here. There's a lot of flat, another Magnezone. There's a lot of flat area around here, but I'm not seeing any Terrakions. Is it higher up here? Again, I didn't exactly get, okay, don't fall off the cliff. I didn't exactly get Terrakion's location, so let me go ahead and see online where it might be. Okay, it's on grass. Okay, so it's a little bit more like, okay, you can get down now. It's a little bit more like here this way. Makes sense. Probably, honestly, around here. There we go. Alright, very simple, very simple. Let's get off this guy. Let's take another picture. This time we'll take a picture over this way here. And facial expression. Again, we're gonna do the thumbs up. We're gonna look at the camera. Oh, we're gonna close our eyes. That works too. Mad. We're gonna close our eyes. We're super happy here. Wait for Terrakion to make some kind of animation here. Alright, looked at me. And we go again. Okay, this Pokemon, let's think here. Rock fighting. Oh, I do have a ghost Pokemon. So ghost, the Goldenga will resist both the rock and fully resist fighting. So we're gonna always switch to that. Unfortunately, my full swipes won't be doing that much damage. Because it's going to be resistant to Terrakion's rock type, but we still want to go ahead and false swipe as much as we can. Swords Dance. Yeah, so there was that event Rayquaza that I mentioned, so I already EV trained the Rayquaza. What? No, I didn't technically EV train that Rayquaza, but if I wanted to EV train a Rayquaza, I guess I have 2 Rayquazas. That shiny Rayquaza could be like a physical attacker or a special attacker, and then the Rayquaza I just caught can be the other one. Another thing I've been doing is, you see my boxes are like full of Pokemon, is because I have Pokemon Home, and my Pokemon Home, oh my, is this gonna kill my Glade? It didn't, okay, sweet. My Pokemon Home has a lot of Pokemon in it, because I've just been transferring a lot of my Pokemon Go Pokemon to Pokemon Home. So a lot of my shiny Pokemon from community days, a lot of my legendary Pokemon from raids. So all that stuff I'm trying to transfer over to Pokemon Home. And then my Pokemon Home only has 30 box storage because I didn't buy a subscription. And so I needed to move those Pokemon into a game so that I could have more storage in Pokemon Home to transfer my Pokemon Go Pokemon to. Honestly, this Terrakion, no Swords Dance, Sacred Sword, and Close Combat. There is still one more move, probably a rock move that I haven't seen yet. Oh, this Rayquaza is gonna get some EVs. That's okay. Not too big of a deal. I always have those berries that can reset the EVs. But what I'm trying to say is, yeah, I have a lot of Pokemon in the game simply because of Pokemon Go and Pokemon Home. Just yesterday, actually, at the time of recording this, the day before, I bought the premium subscription. I thought it was $20, but apparently it was like $15, so it's a lot cheaper than $20. And so I bought the year of Pokemon Home, and so now my storage should be pretty good, and I can transfer a bunch of Pokemon from my Pokemon Scarlet back into Pokemon Home, and that way I'll have a bunch more box storage. Because this game, the thing is, I don't have any box storage, and so I put my Pokemon in random places. But hopefully I can have a dedicated box to raid Pokemon, to maybe these legendaries, and other stuff. So that's gonna be good. Just a bunch of shinies and legendaries from Pokemon Go. I want to transfer a lot of Stone Edge. Okay, so Stone Edge is its last move. This Terrakion is doing a lot of damage to me, unfortunately, because of triple Swords Dance. So hopefully, it runs out of Stone Edge, and once it runs out of Stone Edge, Goldengo becomes unkillable because it's resistant to ghost moves. So yeah, it's good to just have a bunch of Pokemon in Pokemon Home. A lot of the shiny Pokemon, of course, a lot of some rarer legendaries like Hoopa, Genesect recently were in Pokemon Go, and so I'm able to capture them and put them in Pokemon Home. And yeah, some of them maybe I'll even transfer to Pokemon Scarlet and train them up, and they'll be efficient in raids. In this game, because I'm pretty what's it called? I've played this game a lot, and so I have a lot of resources. Any Pokemon I can throw from Pokemon Home into this game and kind of train it up, EV train it, XP train it, and get it all powered up for if I want to transfer into Pokemon Sword, or if I want to, in anticipation for the next Pokemon game. I think when it comes to AZ, it's gonna be a Legends game, which kind of makes me a little bit disappointed, because I do want a main series game, because I think because Pokemon AZ will be a Legends game, it won't have features that I'm looking forward to. I've always wanted a new Battle Frontier. Our last Battle Frontier was from Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Platinum, and so I think we're due for another Battle Frontier. But I doubt AZ will have a Battle Frontier because its combat style, the battle system is going to be different. The battle system is going to probably be similar to Legend Arceus than what we have right here. So we'll still have to wait a little while for the next main series Pokemon game, and I don't even know what they're going to add there, but that'll be exciting when they eventually add the new Pokemon game. But AZ, I'm looking forward to that. Again, I haven't even played Legends Arceus yet, and so I'm not sure how much the mechanics of AZ will match Arceus, Legend Arceus. I do want to play Arceus, but I want to finish this Pokemon Scarlet series first. That being said, though, there is still, like I mentioned last video, there is still a lot of things I need to do in this Pokemon Scarlet video, which is capture all these legendaries, do some battles, do some more story. So I'm not sure how much longer I have making these videos, but it might be, I might still have a little bit left in here, and if I do have a lot, then yeah, we'll see. We'll see if I can record Legend Arceus. When is AZ gonna come out anyways? Let's see. We caught our Terrakion, hooray! Legend or AZ is 2025. So it should be this year. It should be this year. It's gonna be this year. And I wonder if it's gonna be a Switch 2 exclusive. That's another thing about some of the new games, is that if AZ becomes a Switch 2 exclusive, then I'll need to get a Switch 2, which might not be easy because I'm not really interested in the Switch 2 when it comes out. Obviously, I'll probably eventually get a Switch 2 because I bet the new Pokemon games will be on the Switch 2. But if I don't need to buy the Switch 2, I don't really want to buy it because I kind of want to save until... Because I think at the beginning, the Pokemon... I think at the beginning, the Pokemon... or the Switch 2 will be in high demand, and so it's probably going to be scalped or hard to get. And so if I wait a little bit for it to be released, that'll be good. I'm also waiting to see if there's a Pokemon version, because there was eventually a Scarlet Violet version for the Nintendo Switch. And if I can get a special version of the Nintendo Switch 2, like a Pokemon version, that would be good. As long as it isn't in like super high demand, because if it is, that would be a little bit disappointing. But if it isn't, I'll definitely want to look for something like that. But anyways, we caught 30 legendaries in like 20 minutes, so that was very good. So let's unlock the next few. I've completed 50 solo quests. There's a special snack. So the Ho-Oh treat. Ho-Oh is probably just going to be a Pokemon Scarlet exclusive, a Pokemon Violet BBQ Group BBQ exclusive here. There's a Ho-Oh treat. You know Ho-Oh, if you that one, not your run-of-the-mill Pokemon. Speaking of Ho-Oh, I do recall this one particular encounter I had when I was a younger fella. Now this is a real old tale from those long days ago when I just started as a trainer. I was down in the southwest of Paldea near the cascading waterfalls down there. I've been up through the night training without rest to try to get my Pokemon stronger. That Ho-Oh appeared in the sky above me, glittering and sparkling bright as you ever saw. I sure like to believe that it appeared there to cheer me on when I was trying so hard. It lost the snack I have right there, so you might get a try meeting it too if you want to. Oh, Ho-Oh, give it my best. Let's try to bum rush Ho-Oh here. I think they said Ho-Oh was southwest or southeast. I think they said southwest where the waterfalls are. So let's go ahead and just go toward the area. I'm also just gonna search up on my laptop here. It'll be a little bit easier if I do that. Okay, so yeah, we're kind of in the right place here. Yeah, we can bum rush one more legendary. Ho-Oh shouldn't be that crazy. Because just thinking about it logically, Ho-Oh doesn't seem to have any moves that would damage itself. Like it doesn't really know outrage or takedown, right? Stuff like that, I think. And so Ho-Oh should be a pretty simple Pokemon. I don't need to think about a lot. Just false swipe it, paralyze it, and then chuck some of them balls at it. It's telling me to go over here. The ground is the sky is very orange. So it's telling me to capture Ho-Oh. Is it on the other side of the river? Yes. So, okay. So like around here. So yeah, if we can get 4 legendaries in this video, that'll be very efficient. Again, the Rayquaza was kind of nice enough to us so that we can have the opportunity of getting another legendary in here. Oh, Ho-Oh! I swear, the Scyther is like shiny. It's not shiny, right? I'm pretty sure it isn't. It's probably just the lighting. Okay. It's around here. I wonder if it doesn't spawn during certain times. No, I think I went too low. I think it might be up here. I think. I'm not sure. I think I went too low. Let's check up here. Not seeing Ho-Oh. not seeing. Oh, okay. What am I missing? Oh, okay. It might be up one more. Might be up one more, or it's just way down there and I missed it. I don't think I missed it. So it should be around here. Should be around here. Come on. I don't know if it matters if it's daytime or nighttime for these legendaries. I think I missed it. I think it is up here. There we go. Okay. Finally pinpoint out the Ho-Oh. It's nighttime, so unfortunately the picture isn't going to be too good, but we're just going to go with it. Okay. We're going to get our camera all set up. One more pose. We'll do the V finger. And then we'll do the I'm very serious here. That doesn't match the fingers. Alright, we'll just do this. That's fine. Okay. Let's go with the last encounter. What are they talking about? AZ? Yeah, I don't know. I hope AZ doesn't have very similar combat style to Legend Arceus. I guess doesn't really matter. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the timeline is gonna be. Am I going to sneak in Legend Arceus before AZ, or should I just play AZ? I think I'll just play AZ. Simply because I feel like at this point is I think I'll just play AZ because figuring out a way to play Legend Arceus and like fitting, because a Legend Arceus playthrough would probably take like, it'll probably be an entire year worth of videos, so it'll be very hard for me to try to upload that before AZ. And you know, I want to, when I play AZ, I want to kind of make this series, I kind of want to have the series going as the game is still a little bit new, a little bit fresh. That's kind of like my goal with AZ, hopefully. So I'll try to upload it as soon, or I'll try to record it as soon as it comes out. Just so it'll all be fresh, or it'll all be fresh and the videos will be kind of relevant. Because at this point, it's kind of a while since Pokemon Violet and Scarlet has been released. And so the videos I am recording now aren't, you know, that special or crazy. I'm sure people have already seen this stuff. If they've played the game or if they've watched videos, they've probably already seen this. This is just me trying to get caught up with everything that needs to be done before, you know, before the new games or before I play another Pokemon series. I said Ho-Oh would be a little bit easier of a Pokemon to catch, but I didn't realize it had Recover. Recover only has 10 PP, so hopefully I'll be able to just kind of brute force my way through the Recovers. I'm gonna be a little bit greedy here and not hit it down to 1 HP. I'm gonna wait for it to recover again before I go ahead and false swipe it again. But yeah, pretty excited for AZ though. I think they're adding like new megas, but I also just like the thing that I liked a lot about original Gen 6 was kind of the fresh game, because before that it was the first 3DS game, and so it kind of, I mean, I played Coliseum and I also played Gala Darkness, but it was the first Pokemon game to kind of stray away from those like the little pixel 2D animations into more 3D animations. So it was the first game that did that, which made it really exciting and interesting. And the movement in that game was also interesting, because in Pokemon previously it was like you move one square for every time you press the step button. But in that game, instead of moving one square, you can like move infinite directions, and so it was pretty fun. And they took advantage of like the little circle wheel with roller skates, and so that game, like the movement was really fresh. in my opinion. And I don't really remember much about the story, I'll be honest with you. I did like watch, I did like barely watch someone like speedrun the game, because I was just, my throat is like, from talking so much, my throat is like killing me. But there was like this Pokemon content creator that, you know, I watched from time to time, and I saw that they were speedrunning the game, and so I remember a little bit more about like the story and the flow of the game from barely watching them speedrun it for like an hour or something. And so yeah, there isn't much I remember from that game. And I've only ever played Pokemon X once. I never played Y, and I played X once. My one playthrough of it, I've only played it once. And then after that, you know, I did spend a lot of time in the game exploring the multiplayer features, doing a lot of shiny hatching. I know horde battles were a good way of getting shiny hunting, so you can shiny hunt in raids or in hordes. But what I did was I did the fishing trick, and so the fishing, if you keep fishing the same spot and you keep running away from the Pokemon, the shiny chances increase. I think that's when they introduced it, and so I was able to get like a shiny cool fish in that game. And then shiny egg hatching, is it the Masuda method or whatever it's called? But I was able to hatch a few shiny egg Pokemon in that game, having a foreign Ditto. So that was fun. So that was most of the time I spent in that game. I also spent a little bit of time in the battle Chatelaire. I never did defeat it all, like all the battle Chatelaire ladies, but I did get, you know, a decent amount. I think I did all the normal battle Chatelaire ladies, but I didn't do like the hard ones. And so I'm still missing that. But for the most part, I played a good amount of X, but I didn't. After Alpha Sapphire came out, I played that mostly afterwards. But I did spend a lot of time in X. Like, I spent more time in X than I spent in basically any other Pokemon game up to that point. I think I maybe spent more time in Soul Silver, but X, I spent a lot of time in X. But if we compare X to Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Scarlet, like I've spent a lot of time in Pokemon Sword, but I've spent even more time in Pokemon Scarlet. Like I've spent, like surprisingly, I've spent a lot of time in Pokemon Scarlet. I should probably look at my playtime after I captured this Ho-Oh, but I feel like I've spent more time in Pokemon Scarlet than I have in like any other Pokemon game. And honestly, it might get to the point where I've spent more time in Scarlet than I've spent in like other Pokemon games like combined. Like maybe not all the Pokemon games I've ever played, but like a good amount of Pokemon games. Like my two highest Pokemon games that I've played time-wise is probably like Pokemon, I think it's Pokemon X and either Pokemon Diamond or Pokemon Soul Silver. But if you add, you know, Pokemon, let's say Pokemon, what's it called? Yeah, Pokemon X to like Pokemon Diamond, if you add those two games, the time I played in those two games together, it's probably, you know, equal or be less than Pokemon Scarlet. I've played a lot of Pokemon Scarlet, to be fair. Like, I've played a lot. It might not seem like I've played a lot, but I've done a lot of shiny hunting. I've done a lot of XP grinding. I've done a lot of just like random stuff throughout the game just because I just found the game fun. So I spent a decent amount of time in this game. That being said, I've also spent a lot of time in Mystery Dungeon games as well. Like, that's something that I don't really remember all that often that I do, but I do enjoy Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. And I probably spent a good amount of time in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, especially Explorer of Time. I spent a lot of time in Explorer of Time. But there we go, we counter Ho-Oh. That's very good. I should probably talk to Snacksworth to get more legendaries to be able to capture for next video. But I'll probably do that at the beginning of next video. I'll search up, or I'll get the legendaries at the beginning of next video. Kind of do research on where those Pokemon might be. And then, you know, but we'll continue that. Because I don't want to make this video too much longer than I already have. But yeah, good progress. We caught 4 different legendaries in this video. So pretty good progress. And, you know, I think in the next one we'll try to capture more. So we're working on it. We're working on capturing all the legendaries. But yep. Thank you so much for watching. You're beautiful the way you are, and I'll catch you in the next Pokemon video where we'll just capture more legendaries. Indeed.